Hello and welcome to another fun episode of No Screen Time, Steam Time, where we get to explore and discover science, technology, engineering, art, and math with you, our good children and youth scientists of Buckeye and beyond. Today, we're going to have a little fun with the sun. Right, Jean?
That's right.
Perfect. And I'm Janine.
I'm Jean.
And here we go with today's experiment. I'm going to take these off because we are going to talk about the power of the sun, but then also how sunscreen helps protect us from the sun. Because as amazing as it is, it gives us life, it gives us light, it lets us see, it gives us food, it lets us go play, it tells us what time it's to go to bed. It's a great, great, great thing. However, there are some dangers to the sun that we need to be able to be proactive and protect ourselves. And that's called the sun rays, the ultraviolet rays. And that's what we're going to learn a little bit about today too before we talk about a really cool experiment.
Cool.
So, Jean, did you know that, have you heard of the word ultraviolet before?
I've heard of ultraviolet, but I didn't know the difference between the rays.
Perfect. Yeah, I just learned, I knew that it existed, but I didn't realize there's two types of rays that the sun shoots off. And when we talk about ultraviolet, we're talking about the rays that come out, but you can't see them. Our humans cannot see these rays. And there's an ultraviolet A and an ultraviolet B. And today we're going to focus more on the B, the ultraviolet ray that causes the tanning or the burning of the skin versus the A that causes the aging of the skin. So we're going to look at that, but here's a cool thing. So when we're doing science experiments, it's fun to find these connections. Now at school, I bet you have heard the phrase Roy G. Biv. Have you heard it?
I have, yes.
And Roy G. Biv, as you know, stands for the different light spectrums that we can see through colors through our eyes, including the red, orange, yellow, I should be using this is more fun, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Now notice, the higher up, starting with red, you have longer wavelengths. As we go down, the wavelengths get shorter and shorter and shorter. What they discovered, scientists doing the cool experiments like you're starting to do, they started realizing there's actually rays that fall under this violet, and that became the ultraviolet. It's even shorter on the rays, and that's what causes those sun rays to come that require us to make sure that we have sunscreen to protect us. And that brings us to today's experiment.
All right.
You ready to tell them about that, Jean?
I can. So what we did for today's experiment is we took sunscreen, and we have 3 different levels of SPF. SPF stands for sun protection factor. All right. And we took our some black construction paper, and we applied the sunscreen to the paper.
Oh, to your, was it to the paper? You also did, oh, this one, that's
Okay.
right, you did it with that, that's right.
And good point, Janine, because we did try different ways of working this experiment, okay? We started with handprints
That's right.
on our black paper, and we have the results there. And then another day, we took our constant, our plain black paper, applied the sunscreen again, just rubbing it right onto the paper, okay? We've got our 30, 50, and 70. And we took them outside, and because our sunscreen indicates that it works for 80 minutes in the sun before reapplying, we wanted to find out what difference would make if we left it out longer. Okay.
And the cool thing that was happening here when you're doing science experiments, again, you want to look at the constant that remains the same and variables, things that could change. And this is where science gets super fun. You're asking all these questions. What if? What if? And this is where Jean and I were chatting. It's like, well, what if we follow the directions and do the 80 minutes? That's one of the variables. Yeah.
Yes. And then our constant was also the sun.
Mm-hmm.
We made sure we had a sunny day. And you can see the difference here in the different levels, okay? And then another interesting thing we learned, actually, there's not a great deal more of protection in the different levels as you get higher. Like from 50 to 70, it's probably about 1%. So actually, it's just important to wear sunscreen, you know, and get the effects of protecting your skin.
Another variable we tried is the spray versus the cream base.
Yes.
So the big thing here is we want you to go out there, we want you to experiment safely and have fun with this, but truly understand the importance that sunscreen plays on our skin to keep us safe. But this gives you a scientific experiment to kind of look and see which one works best or what is going to work best and why. Why does that happen? And then look for all those constants, being your sun, your paper, and look for those variables, the sunscreen lotion, the
Right.
time, the people.
You can also buy one type of lotion at 3 different levels and experiment that way also.
Oh, so you're in that case you're testing the brand itself.
Right?
Very cool. So the brand is the constant, but the variable is the levels.
Yes.
Cool.
So a lot of different
So much
ways you
fun.
can do this and find out how it is an important thing to use. You know, you hear your parents telling you all the time, put on sunscreen, and now you
And
know
you should
why.
say thank you.
Yes.
We sure will.
Yes.
So, and then in the meantime, the one other main constant out there is our wonderful sun. As you have fun with a no screen time, steam time, that's another constant, I am sure of it. But this is a Tails and Tales summer reading episode, so don't forget, by watching this video, you're gonna get points, and you can go ahead and enter this code right here so you can get those points. Then, go do this experiment at home, take some photos of it, bring it in, or bring in your discovery sheet. And show us, and we're going to give you more points for doing that. Bring that into the downtown library or the Coyote Branch Library or Bookmobile, and we're going to get you some more points towards that summer reading goal. Well, I think that does it for us here.
Okay.
I have a swimming pool to get to and some sun to enjoy, but first I need a little sunscreen.
Yes.
May I please have some?
There
I don't
you
know.
go.
I think we're going to do the spray.
The
Thank
spray.
you.
All right.
There you go. Opening. Ladies and gentlemen, learn how to do that. Go have a wonderful day. Go out there, explore, discover STEAM, and have a very STEAM-worthy day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.